Good morning, high-level community. It is John Bermudez and the team here with you live for today, Tuesday, April 23rd. We have a few folks here joining in. We are just making sure our settings here are all set. If you can see this live, please let us know where you are streaming from. It would help us understand where in the world you're watching us from and how we could better serve you with our future live workshops. Go ahead and type in the city, state, country, region in the chat so we know you're here. And we have an amazing day ahead of us with our guests, Andy Klepner and Nuno Tavares of Automated Marketer with their workshop, the complete client onboarding system. And they've put together a handful of resources for all of us that are watching and that were with us yesterday, as well as today and tomorrow, a full range of more resources and action items for you to put into your business, whether you are a new high-level user or an expert or experienced user in our community. Let's check out the comments here, make sure we have everything going. What a beautiful day. Fun fact, myself, Nuno, and Andy are all from New Jersey. So if you didn't see yesterday's replay, we had some jokes to kick off on that. But we are happy to have you, Nuno and Andy. Thank you for joining. How are you guys doing today?
We're wonderful. Thank you so much. We're excited to start again from the sunny, a little bit cold state of New Jersey, but it's supposed to be warming up today.
I love it. And Nuno, yourself, how you doing?
No, absolutely good, man. I'm super excited. I'm already getting that energy and that passion about to throw up all over you for you guys with all the stuff we got going on today.
I love it. So I have a question here in the chat. Which exit is everybody from off the
Oh,
New Jersey Turnpike?
That is such a Jersey question.
that is the most Jersey question. You know what? The funny thing is we are not off an exit. So we are in that rare region called Central Jersey. They're referring to the New Jersey Turnpike. We are in the western portion of New Jersey. We are almost in Pennsylvania. If New Jersey looks like a postman, we're square in the nose. So we're off out in Hunterdon County. It's an amazing area.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I get that a lot as well from out-of-staters. Exit 11 is where I grew up, but now I'm all the way by exit 5. So
Oh, wow.
sometimes the Ubers don't want to go from northern New Jersey all the way to exit 5 off the turnpike. So look, for those that are joining us here, we are asking you to please go ahead and comment, engage with us, share on our high-level Facebook business page. To get there, you can go to facebook.com/high-level reviews, and then you can click on the live stream and engage with us. Andy and Nuno and their team will be taking notes of what you are asking to make sure we cover it. And we have a little hashtag nugget. So if there is a nugget that resonates with you or you found super valuable, we ask you to go hashtag nugget and that takeaway or that that part of the training that really caught you. We would appreciate that. So without further ado, Nuno, I want to pass the mic over to you. And for those that are just joining in or maybe had to cut out a little earlier yesterday, could you share briefly on what we went over yesterday for day one?
Yeah, so yesterday was a pretty big day. I'm going to try to summarize it to the big things and big takeaways. First and foremost, we went over how onboarding can be a source of income where you can add to your bottom line. We gave you oodles of examples of how you can do it. And more importantly, you walked away with a checklist that not only goes over how to set things up, but also how you can pitch it, how you could sell it. We told you to be very wise and only pick one thing. We gave you a bunch of calculators. We asked you to do a little bit of homework, which is pick 1 or 2 services that you would want to add to your services that your team can sell on your behalf, or that you can sell on your behalf. So you can get up and going and again, add to that bottom line. And more important, out of all the things, which is retention equals profit. And the more you retain, the more you keep. And we went over that whole equation. And those 3 things, I mean, there was a lot packed in there. I mean, I probably like shortchanging it a little bit, but that's the three big things we wanted to take away, which was basically how do you make more money right from the beginning, and how do you keep making more money through profit? And that's what we shared with you guys all yesterday.
With a fun-packed day ahead of us, Andy, could you share with us what we should expect for today for those that have joined us again and are brand new to us?
Okay, so so today is going to be filled with one of the processes that we go through. We're going to be showing you our funnel brick system and showing how we do fulfillment to make the onboarding experience absolutely incredible. We'll go over the agenda a little deeper in the beginning, when we start going through the slides. But what you can expect today is to actually getting down to business, doing the real work, and showing what we do for our clients that you maybe will be able to do for yours.
This is exciting. I know, in our community, we have a handful of folks, whether they are new users or have been with us for years. Onboarding is never a set in stone. It's always living and breathing. It's always changing, always evolving based on features, functions, and strategies. So I'm excited on what y'all are going to share with our community. I like to, if you guys are okay with this, I'd like to get a little bit of an understanding of what everybody's experience is like that's tuning in. So if you are a brand new user, please go ahead and type in new in the chat if you're a new user. If you've been with us for 3 months or more, you've been with us for longer than that, go ahead and type in experienced. And that'll allow us to really gauge how we deliver this content to you today. And then therefore after, with the resources and maybe day 3, if we need to make any adjustments, we'd really love to see where everybody is at. Gentlemen, for those that are brand new, how can they go ahead and get started with high level? Do you have any offer
Well,
code?
I mean, they do have our offer. They do have our offer page. I mean, that's obviously the easiest way to start going through high level. And if you go to our YouTube channel, we also have our free starter course for how you can work through high level and learn all the ins and outs and see our basic process for getting everything started.
Awesome. Well, Nuno, I know we have a jam-packed day ahead of us. I want to be respectful of your time and resources. If you guys want to go ahead and get started, let's get this baby rolling. It seems like we got some people saying, let's go, I'm ready.
Yeah, what's great is as I'm looking over at the at the stream of chats, I see so many people dropping stuff from yesterday, and that means we have a lot of returning folks. And I know Nuno, for both of us, it's exciting to see people coming for the second day and dropping their nuggets already. So I'm Andy Klepner. My partner, as always, is Nuno Tavares. You use that QR code. You can find us on YouTube, where you can find that starter pack. And, I'm just going to do it right off at the beginning. These results are not guaranteed and may vary. The strategies discussed in this workshop do not represent typical results. These are the results that we've had. And we've worked hard for them, and we hope that you can achieve some of the same stuff yourself. All
right. Now, when I'm telling you this is jam-packed today, guys, we're going to give you like an arsenal. Like, honestly, like a lot of people that are in this industry with us are asking, even why are we doing this? Like, and when we ask that question, if you want to know why, watch yesterday's. We'll tell you the whole reason why we do stuff like this. But we really want to, everybody that's watching, whether you're an agency owner, whether you're doing this for yourself, we want to walk you through the things that we learned. We're going to walk you through the system that we built to kind of create and like kind of bring together all of fulfillment, automate as much as we can with AI, videos and snapshots. And we're going to go what all these terms mean for you. So we don't want to get right into the weeds. We're going to show you how we use AI now using custom GTPs to automate our fulfillment, to help answer a lot of the customer questions and to get the customers fast as possibly up so they can start making money, so they can like you even more. Because if you get the customer the win, the fastest way possible to stick around even longer. And I'm telling you, this is a lot of trial and tribulations. It took us years to kind of get this down packed to the way that it works now. And we're going to take away years off of your learning. And that's our goal for what we're trying to do today. And on top of it, we're not only going to like share what we do, we are going to give you the instructions of how to build your own bots to do the things that we're doing here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that in itself alone is worth the price of like tenfold of emissions. Because if I can get away that I can get you to build your own things and get this out there, you guys are going to kill it. And that's what we want to do for you guys. And then more importantly, at the end, if you stick around to the end, we're going to give you the actual instructions. So there'll be a download that you can do that you can customize to yourself, but it's the same exact framework that you're going to see that we built all the bots on today. So we're going to go over a lot of bots, a lot of really cool things, but it's literally the exact framework we use that I build every single time I do it. And we're going to build one live. So you guys are going to get to see it in action. So with that, John, I'll turn it back over to Andy. And then we have
our raffle winner. Ding, 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 ding. So congratulations to Kelly Morris. You have won a 2-hour power session with Nuno and I, where we're going to help you automate your onboarding process. We're going to help you build your custom, and you're going to see about it, your custom GPT bot that's going to work with all this. And we're going to give you our tips and tricks personally so that you have a system so that when you go to your clients, you'll be able to do a lot of what we do already built out and ready to run. All right. So, Nuno, I'm going to hand it off to you. We are here to introduce you guys to our funnel brick system.
Now, before we get started, this is going to get a little technical. For the people that are new, I don't want you to panic. Like I said, we have tons of resources on our YouTube that'll help you get through it if you get a little lost. Plus, we're going to try to go slow, but I have to keep up to the essence of time to make it interesting for everybody. But there's going to be a couple terms that I'm going to share with you that are going to be kind of new for you, especially if you haven't been in high level. And just for you understanding what our funnel brick system is. Now, this is what we call it. Everybody has their own internal onboarding system, but this is kind of what we perfected over the last several years. And again, after doing thousands of setups at this point, this is definitely something that we believe is the perfect combination. Now, inside a high level, and I got to be honest, this is the only system you can do this in. You could be in a lot of other softwares, but high level is the one that really gives you the tools to do this effective and well. High level gives you the ability of creating automations, and it gives you the ability of creating snapshots. Now, snapshots, if you guys don't know what it is, for all the new people on, it's basically think of having a complete account that you've built over time, that you perfected, and it's wonderful. It does all the things it's supposed to. And now I want to share it with my friend JB. JB, never been in the system, doesn't have to, like, if he had to start all over, it'll take him months to perfect that system. But now how cool it would be if I can just share what I built in my system with John with one click. And that's what a snapshot is. All right. Now that snapshot in there has funnels, it has automations, it has emails, it has text messages, and so forth and so on. So it is absolutely amazing. Imagine you being able to start something and cutting 3 months or 4 months right out of the gate by means of sharing you all the best practices. Now, what the funnel brick system is a combination of all those things together in one little tight package that we give to our customers. And then we added videos, we added AIs to help the customer get up and winning fast. And that's the actual system. And if yesterday, remember, we said that the best onboarding experience and the best fulfillment experience is a systematic one, in where John can onboard the same I do, Andrew can onboard this. I had called him Andrew. I felt like I was calling like that's when he's in trouble. I call him Andrew. I tell Andrew, and it's all the same for each other. And that's what we're trying to do. So that's what this is. So it's a combination of all these things together, and we're going to show you what it looks like. But I want to make sure you guys understand it's a process. It's a system. It's everything combined in one. Andy? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, guys. So basically what this gives you is building freedom. Unlike your pre-built templates, which are fantastic, by the way, inside of Go High Level, which are fantastic inside of Go High Level. What this does is this is more about specific, that locks you into specific elements. Our funnel bricks are constructed in a step-by-step fashion, kind of like Legos. You choose your individual pieces that you need to use to create a unique funnel tailored to your specific goals. Here's the thing, if you drop a bag of Legos in front of a kid, they've got so many options, but they usually just build one single building, right? What we do is we're going to kind of give you direction. We're giving you a basic setup. If you give a person a Lego set with a full instruction set, they're going to make something beautiful. And what you're going to see is a way to do that, but with funnels,
Yeah. Now, if you really think about it, like The other part is, imagine you build this beautiful funnel, and if you're like me, I can't write my way out of a paragraph. I'm like, I have no idea what kind of words I can't put just the in front of every single part of the page. And believe it or not, words sell whatever it is that you're trying to put on a website, on a funnel, whether it's a service, whether it's a product or whatever else, right? So what we find a lot of people struggle with is, I don't know what to put, and I don't know what to say, and I don't know how to say it, and I don't even know where it goes. Well, what if we used AI to eliminate all of that? And that's where all these bots have come in order. And these are bots that have been trained by us. And we're going to show you a little bit of that, right? So if we go to the next slide, the reason why this kind of works in that space is because it's all kind of aligned together. And Andy will kind of talk to you again about that element of the brick, that we call it like the bricks part of it.
Right. So the brick is in the funnel builder is clearly labeled. It's going to make it easy for you to understand where everything goes. When you fill out your form, and you'll see how Nuno starts working with that, you're going to specify the content in different parts of the page. The system is going to automatically pre-populate those sections within your live funnel. So as you go through it, all the content is there. You can just change the look with a brick. And because you're changing the look with a brick, all the information, you don't lose any information. It just pops right back into place.
Awesome. And then again, same thing with the emails. You don't know what's right on the page. You don't know what's saying on the page. Well, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know what's saying in the emails either. Half of us haven't been in marketing. We just want our business to kind of run, right? So honestly, I'm so super excited right now. I'm having a hard time containing myself. We worked so hard for this. This has been an internal secret for quite some time. We're super excited for, if anybody really wants to see this thing in action, can I get at least like a 1 or a little hashtag of another? Who wants to see this thing work? Who wants to see this AI thing completely getting fired up and working? Because honestly, it took a lot of hard work. We're going to be sharing with this, and you guys are going to be rocking and rolling. And again, we're going to tell you how to build this for yourselves in a very simplistic format. So the first thing that we're going to do is just going to kind of give you an overview real quick, and then I'm going to jump right in. So we're going to go into our system. We're going to go into the actual snapshot that we give to our new users, and we're going to start the process. Now, it's going to get a little technical. I don't want anybody getting panicked because, again, we're going to slow down. John's going to keep me in check. Andy's going to keep me in check because I get so super passionate about this stuff. I'll get lost in this crazy big build. Go ahead, John.
So Nuno, I have a question for you. For someone that's brand new watching this, or maybe they've taken on the adventure of adding high level to their tech stack, the funnel brick system, is this built on strategy? How is this built? How did you guys come up? How did you guys put this together? And what was I guess, what's the true end result that it helps with?
So whenever we were, because again, we coach for a lot of individuals that are running high level systems. And what we noticed is people will consistently stop the second they hit one roadblock. They don't have a logo, they'll stop work for 3 weeks. They can't write the words on the page, they'll stop and not come back at it at all. They'll get very discouraged the second they get to a part where I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. 9 times out of 10, they don't even know where to start because they get so overwhelmed because how powerful any tools are. And that's not any software. I mean, literally, it's any software that anybody goes to. And what we found is that they just need a little direction, a couple of questions answered, and a little bit of a push, right? So we try to design the system that, based on where we see people get stuck the most, that kind of eliminates all the reasons why they say, I give up. Like, I'm not cut out for this kind of thing.
And on top of what Nuno was saying, a lot of times people will build out their funnels and they'll forget a part. They'll forget a section. And it's very nominal, but they're in the heat of the moment. They're trying to get their funnel launched. They're trying to get their offer out there, and they forgot they needed to add this part of the funnel. What we've done by making these bricks is giving them the tools and the areas that they're already pre-built in there, so they know what they need to have filled out with their information.
That helps. That helps a lot because, when you see funnel bricks trademark, our high-level overview thinkers are looking at it as, okay, this is proprietary strategy. And then maybe our new folks or more techie folks are looking at it as that there's certain buttons and levers that they're going to be pushing that is not native within high level, or it's something outside of it. So I want to bring back an amazing point you made yesterday. around how you navigate through the platform, through high level. And you had mentioned like there's a certain order that you go through, and there's a reason behind it. How does that order work with funnel bricks?
That's
And
that's a
could you share
fantastic
that
question.
order?
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, no, because the order I shared openly, right? So if anybody remembers, like the way we teach is we teach pipelines, calendars, forms, surveys, products. After that, we go into our funnels, and then after that, we go into our automations, and then we everything else afterwards becomes gravy. Now, what we did as funnel breaks is try to eliminate all the hard spots of where people are going to get lost and provide everything else, like the template, like the pipeline, the calendar, the funnels, the automations, all preset. But what we've done a little bit differently is we allow the customers to customize based on what they're feeding into the AI coach that you're gonna kind of see in motion, because then it brings the level of personalization that a template can never do. Because what's happening is people are getting the same templates and everything looks the same, and people are like, well, I don't like this color. I want yellow, I want green, and whatever it is. And that's what we're trying to break away from. And it follows that same order, because now all the things are filled in onboarding. Now I could start teaching you, because things that you've made, because you've already made everything. Now I just got to teach you how everything works together. So it becomes very easy for me to now get you up and running and knowing how to operate in the system, because all the hard parts are done. You just got to focus on the easy parts and just making things work.
One last question on this topic. You mentioned funnels a few times. For someone that is maybe is not a fan or understands how funnels work, how does funnels and websites or the process between the two, do they work both with funnel bricks, or is it strictly just funnels?
No, websites and funnels, it doesn't really matter. Again, it's we do it off of funnels, because funnels, again, it goes back to the ease, right? The ease is I want to make it easy for my customer to get an immediate win. So, and funnel bricks is just a process, folks. It's just an onboarding process. It's just an automation process. It's our fulfillment process. Everybody can come up with their own. You don't have to name it anything fancy. It's literally your fulfillment process. We just named it something fancy because it's got other features and stuff that are some are proprietary that are for us. But believe it or not, on the third day, for whoever shows up, you are going to get your own snapshot that has a good part of funnel bricks already installed. And it's our starter set. So go ahead, Andy.
The funny thing is, Nuno and I have been in the business, both of us each over 20 years. So we sometimes forget that some of you might actually not know what a funnel is. So if there's ever an issue with not understanding a definition, we can help you out there. So a website is a traditional website. I think we all know what a website is here, but a funnel is a single direction sales process for a single specific kind of product. Nuno can expand on it a little bit deeper than I can, but websites and funnels are used kind of interchangeably because they have the same functions to be built within high level.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right.
And Nuno, I know we have jam packed here. I just wanted to touch on it because I did see some comments around funnels and websites, and I wanted to make sure our audience was great. Audience, if you're ready to see this, type in funnel bricks on the high level business page live feed. Type in funnel bricks, and we're going to get started here. So Nuno, bring us on this adventure.
All right, let's rock and roll, guys. So I'm going to go into my beautiful screen here, and I'm going to go right into our account. Now, I'm hoping, hold on a second. We just got to make sure. All right, there we go.
And Nuno, right. Nuno, under more in the top right hand.
Yeah, but that's what I just did. I just disabled,
right,
so we're good. All right, so make believe you're a brand new user. You come into our favorite tool, obviously high level. This is our variation of it, right? Most people end up in the launch pad. They go to the dashboard, right? If you are one of our customers, and I'm gonna shorten this a little bit because I want to make sure you guys see this thing in motion so you guys can get pretty amped up and pumped up about what all this does, right? You come in, you would get an email and a text saying, hey, welcome to our software, whatever your software name is. Here's a little quick video that I need you to watch. Or the second they purchase your CRM, your version of high level, they would come in right away to a thank you page. And on the thank you page, it would also be the same video. And what we want to do is we immediately want the customer to come in here and start clicking things. Now, remember, we have what we call an onboarding session. You guys heard all about it yesterday, where we jump on a call, we see what opportunities are in there, we connect their email, we connect the domains and all that. The assumption here is that that's already happened. Now, when that's happened, we give them a secondary video. It's great. Let's get you winning inside the tool as fast as humanly possible. When they come into this tool, they're immediately instructed to go into left-hand side sites. And when they go into sites, they're going to immediately see this one funnel called Start Here. All right, simple enough. They come down into sites and they're going to get Start Here. And by the way, guys, this is the one you guys are going to get tomorrow. So stay tuned because we're also showing you a preview of what you're going to get. So for all the newbies in there, again, you're going to get this. You're going to get this and you're going to be able to build it on. It is made for local businesses, but you can use it for other things. But just understand, hope more anticipation for you for tomorrow. All right, I'm going to come in here.
Nuno, if you could zoom in just a little bit. We have some people asking for you to
Is that good right there?
A little bit more, and it should be good.
All right, fantastic. All right, so what I'm going to do is they're instructed to come into sites and into Start Here. I'm going to click on Start Here. They're going to come and Start Here, and they're going to immediately say, hey, Start Here, click the preview. Now, we tell them what the preview is in that video, and they're going to go right into this little preview area, and now they're going to this page. Now, you're going to notice this page is going to load up, and it's got a video in here that would say, we're so happy to have you here, please watch the video. Now, this is just to set up what we call custom values, and I kind of addressed this a little bit with you guys and what that is. Now, custom values are a technical term in here, but what's really cool about high level, it's one of our favorite features, is that custom values allow you to store values that the customer might need again. So for instance, instead of me being, I'm a little lazy sometimes. I don't want to write my email all the time. I don't want to write my name all the time. I don't want to put the link to my calendar all the time. Custom values are those things that allow you to build those out and put special things in there. So then you don't have to worry about them anymore. But guess what? Explaining that to a new user is very difficult. They're like, where is it? How do I put it in there? What do I put in there? So what we decided to do is make it so when the customer comes in here, they watch the video. And in this video, it's got very thorough instructions. And it immediately says, okay, do all these things, connect all these things. I'm not going to go through all of them. Notice that the launch pad is right there. And it goes in there and goes, great. Here are some things you're going to do. And in the video, it instructs them then, hey, if you are about to start a funnel or a website and you have some common questions, here's some things to kind of make it easier for you. John might say, I don't know what colors I want to use for my funnel. Well, all right. Well, if you don't know what colors, how about we give you a bot that is a color theory bot, and it's going to start asking you some questions about what kind of colors you like. Now, I'm not going to go through it, but this bot is basically an assistant. If it's ready to start and it says, yes, I'm ready to start. And it's going to help you describe who you are, what's the mood you want on the page. And based on a whole bunch of questions it's going to ask you, it's going to come out and it's going to give you colors that you're going to put in here. And this is all, again, part of the instructions. Then it's going to ask you, well, write a little bit about your business descriptions. Give me some keywords about your business. Give me your name, your company, your current phone number, all these things. These are all values that you're going to need. And then at the end, it's going to show you all the results. Now, I filled this in the other day, so then it will make it easier for us to kind of go through the example because we do want to go through and make sure you guys see all of it. And as you can see, it's got all these questions answered for me. And what they are is things that I'm going to be able to use later on inside my funnels. All right. So again, everybody will experience this because you guys are going to all get access to it. But they come in here. I don't know what colors I want. No problem. Come in here. And they're like, well, it gave me these codes. I don't know what these codes look like. No problem. You want to see what these colors look like? How about we go to the Canva cover wheel? Put the color right in here. Now you get to see your color in action. See, this is your color. It's just a bunch of questions that people would always have every time we onboard. And these are very simplistic questions that we don't want to waste a lot of time on because these are the questions that are not going to make them money, but they get very caught up on it. Then we have something like the logo. Well, I don't know. I don't know what my logo is. I need a logo, and they get panicked about it. And I say, you know what? It's very easy to design a logo. Hire somebody to do it for 25 bucks at Fiverr. Type in the word logo, log in, create an account, get somebody to create your logo. Now you got your logo all made out. And then all they got to do is upload the logo. And the logo is now forever. As you can see, we made Nuno's Lawn Care, which today I'm going to be a lawn care specialist as we go through some of these examples, but that's what I'm going to be. And then we get into a very big explanation when it comes to getting your terms and service and privacy policy. And that usually we connect to like a Termly or Termageddon and tell them they have to do it. Go ahead, John.
So is this can the average business owner use this? Is this just for the marketer? There's a lot here, and this is my first time seeing all. I mean, I'm wowed, and I'm just trying to understand here for our audience. Maybe it's the chiropractor, the lawn care, maybe it's just the new user that's looking to start their journey as a freelancer or marketer. Who is this for, and can how do they
So
how do they know it's for them?
So this is for our clients. We expect that we can, with some walkthrough and a little bit of tour of how to use it, that everyone can use this system. So that way they can actually experience the use of this. So what Nuno was alluding to before, how a logo can back you up by 3 weeks, waiting for that to get done. That's why we give you the link right there. Choosing your colors. That people will stumble like you wouldn't believe. So we've got the bot right there so that they can discover what those colors would be. Because most of the time, a lot of our clients will go, I don't know. So what we did is we gave them a chance to figure it out.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, John. We're just trying to eliminate all the little silly things that people get caught up based on like 4 years of experience. Like when we're trying to tell you that people do get caught up and they just don't move forward. They're like, oh, I don't know what colors, I quit. And I'm like, what the,
So
and we try to figure that out. Does that make sense?
it does, and so if I'm a marketer and let's say I have 3, 4 clients, can I use this to help my clients?
Oh yeah.
100%, because you are getting the access to the snapshot. So you will be able to put this into your agency account. And let's just say you want to try it out for yourself with the client. This is how we started doing it. This process you see before, we would get on a fulfillment call and we would go question by question. And we would, instead of we telling them to use the bot, guess who was in here? I would literally ask you, great. Hey, you know what, John, do me a favor. What kind of feeling and message do you want to convey? Like, what's the mood that you want? You want people to be excited about your website? You want them to be calm when they get there? You want them to vibrate? Like, what's the mood that you want to set?
So, the next question that I have as somebody that is overly excited about this, trying to contain myself, is I don't have a paid ChatGPT account. I've never used ChatGPT. What would I need to do just for it to do what you did by clicking the button and opening it up?
Just get a $20 paid account. And this is the kind of the argument we make with our customers. And we say that in the email, be like, look, if you can do this on your own and go through our onboarding process without any help, by all means, you're more than likely to it. However, in our experience, we have found that if you use our AI assistants and you get a $20 ChatGPT, that the process will go incredibly faster. Now, if the customer is that avertant to it, but they're not going to get it, what we do is we jump on the fulfillment call and we go through this process with them. And guess what? It doesn't have to be us. Our VAs can do it. And because the VAs are not the ones asking the questions, the bot is. And all the VAs are doing is coming in here and fulfilling and adding the language in here. And then does that make sense? So anybody can do it.
And then you as a developer, to what Nuno was saying, if you're the agency owner, then you could be the ones who are walking them through it and they don't even have to see it. It just makes you look smarter.
Yeah, because imagine you're asking them color theory questions. Hey, what kind of mood does your color want to be? Based on the answers you've given me, here are the colors I suggest for you. They're going to look at you like, holy crap, this guy knows his stuff. He knows all about color and fonts and all this other stuff. The point of it is there's a way around it. You just got, again, if they don't want to pay it, just jump on and do it with them. If they do want to try it themselves, which we always recommend because it's always useful, then there's very little that they have to learn, because all you have to do is, if you don't have a paid thing, it's going to say, please pay here. And you pay the $20, and guess what? You're right in the bot. And the bot is all instruction based. You just answer questions and have a conversation.
It makes so much more sense now. I had to just get clarity on it, because if I was like, wow, what next? I can imagine what our friends across the world are saying with the amount of value that you just put in the first, half hour of this training. So
we want to show you this in action, because we want to take it like a complete beginning. We're gonna use me as an example just to move it a little bit faster. But again, the first step is you're gonna watch this video. You're gonna select all these different. Maybe I have trouble with colors. Maybe I don't. Maybe I know what it is. You're gonna get your logos. You're gonna follow all these things or not. Either way, you have to start to step one by completing the form. Load your logos. Load your primary colors. Some things are not mandatory, and we cover that in the video. But then at the end, you know your results because they're all here. But guess what? Now We're like, all right, well, let's get funky. Let's get real fun here. What do you want to build? Do you want to build a lead magnet, or do you want to build your actual local offer page for your local business? In this example, because we want to move a little quicker, we're going to want to build a lead magnet, right? So all they have to do is just keep going. I want to build a lead magnet. They're going to click on this. Oh, new page. New page. They go through the video, and basically the video is going to tell them exactly what they're going to do. But guess what? We're going to do it live, guys. Ready? Are you ready to watch how cool this thing is? And you'll have access to these bots, by the way. These are ours. Again, they're very programmed for ours, but you guys are free to use them as long as you have that $20 account. But we're going to start, right? All right. I come in here. I'm brand new. I need a lead magnet for my business. I don't even know what a lead magnet is. For anybody that doesn't know what a lead magnet is, imagine giving away like a free guide if you're a chiropractor on the 10 best chairs for a human, you know, or you're a landscaper, which we're going to get into now. It will help you create that, and not only create it, it will help you put the words on it, and it'll help develop completely over time by just asking a few questions. So this is going to take approximately 15 minutes. We've timed this out, but I have to show it to you because I want to make sure you guys understand what you're actually getting, because this is the power of what AI can do and the way we wrote it. Because when we share the instructions are going to make a lot more sense before there, right? So I'm going to pause there, John. I mean, are we good to try this for 15 minutes?
Yeah, I'm sure. If you want to set it up and then go on to the next and come back to it, like you're more than welcome
no,
to.
It's ready to go. We'll actually go quicker if we do this because I want to see you guys how to do it. All right,
Let's go for it. Let's do it.
All right, 15 minutes. Bear with me, guys, because I want you to see how crazy this thing is. Right? It's going to ask a bunch of questions. So I'm ready to start. What's the first step? Great. Let's focus on your ideal customer. I am going to pretend I run Nuno's Lawn Care. All right, that's my service. Can you describe the person that you want to help with your product or service? Homeowner who is tired of, and I'm purposely going to misspell and everything else because this thing is that smart, who is tired of mowing their own lawn, who wants more free time, and has at least an acre. Okay, we're going to try to go quick. Then it's going to ask the next question. Great. That's exactly what my audience is. What specific problem does this over have that you want to solve? Bad looking lawn and having to mow their lawn themselves. All right, really simple. We're just going to keep going through it. Understand what specific problems are the poor appearance of the lawn and everything else. So next, how do we want people in the problem? How do most people currently try to solve the problem? Buy chemicals that they don't understand, hire neighbors, not neighbors, hire relatives to cut their lawn, and throw more money into figuring out what's best. What is best? All right, there we go. I'm a horrible speller. Who cares? And we go through. All right, so it's just keep going with this whole thing. I got to get to the end because you guys got to see how cool this is. Now, why aren't these current solutions working well enough? What's missing in the approaches that you take? We have 15 years experience. We know the lawn in the area. And Andy, are you timing me here?
Yes,
the
I
lawn
am.
in the area. They just don't know what they don't know. They just don't know, period. All right? Because that's me. If you ever go to my lawn, it's the brownest lawn in the neighborhood. It's fantastic. All right? Then what makes your approach solving problems different and better than the current solutions? Again, 15 years, know the lawn, know the area and the lawns, and lots of experience with lawns in general. All right? All right, it's going to keep going. Now, considering what makes the approach, blah, 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 all this, what doubts and concerns might people have? Cost and trust. Why me versus someone else? All right, and I'm just going to keep going. Notice I'm giving very short answers in this whole entire thing. And then now it just keeps asking questions. It's going to almost done. So what could prevent someone from succeeding with your product or service? Not allowing us to start or not following our directions. All right. And we'll go from there, almost there. This is my, and it asks you, is this your introductory product or your main offer? And this is my main offer. Okay. All right. Now it's gathering all this other stuff. Look what it's doing.
Now
It is creating,
corrected his spelling. It
did all
that stuff. It figured it out.
Now watch what it did, folks. This is the impressive part. I didn't know what to write. I never created a lead magnet. It just gave me 8 ideas for lead magnets. All right. Things that I could give to my customers to gain trust and credibility that in turn they're going to give out. And this is only the first part, right? So it's going to say, we got to pick a number here, right? So for all of everybody watching, be a little interactive. There's 8 choices in here. If you guys are quick readers, put some numbers on there, the one you guys like. If you are an actual lawn person trying to sell your lawn services, which one do you want? And I'm going to pick one quick if you guys don't. So it'll be long improvement checklist. That's pretty good, right? It could be weekly lawn care tips newsletter. It could be a lawn care mistakes ebook. How cool is this? All right.
Someone said the free lawn assessment guide, Nuno.
We're going to actually do 5. We're getting a lot of 5. Ones are 5.
Yeah, we are getting a lot of 5.
All right. So 5 it is. Now it says great choice. Obviously, it's always going to say great choice. Now it says, hey, let's come up with some headlines. The things that are going to go in the top of the page and some sub headlines. And now these are things that normally you would go in and you would have to choose like a copywriter or somebody to pay somebody to do this. Now you're going to still make it your own. You can argue back and forth with this thing, but for the sake of this, we're going to say number 2, unlock the secrets to a lush lawn. No more guessworks. I like that. And the little line that goes under the headline, I'm going to put, get the insider's guide to effective lawn care that saves you time and effort. I love it. So I'm going to say, I like 2 for the headline. And what did I say? 3 for the sub. And notice I put sub. I don't even have to do like a full explanation to this whole thing. Great. And now I just confirmed that it picked the right one. Look at that. It's got it all. Now watch what it's doing. Now it says, okay, great. Now let's actually name the lead magnet, the thing that you just created. The Lush Lawn Lifesaver, your ultimate checklist, Green Grass Guru, a step-by-step lawn improvement guide. I actually like number 2. Lawn perfection plan from basic to brilliant. All right, so check this out. I'm going to go to number 2, and I'm going to hit it. Now it's got a name, right? Are you ready for this, John? This is going to be the craziness, right? It's still going through. He goes,
I can't believe what I'm watching, to be honest with you. This is amazing.
How long would it take you to
points.
normally
It's
build a
gonna give you
lead
features.
magnet?
Are you guys seeing what's happening? It will keep on going. And now it's writing the entire page for you. And it's asking you, do you like it for the sake of just kind of going with it? We're going to say, we love this thing. This thing's awesome. But more important here is it came up with your features, your headline, your actual magnet and everything else, but we're not there though. We're not actually done there, folks, right? Because what we're going to do now is we're going to come in here and we're going to say, this is great. All right. Because I just agree that everything is shared with me is great. Fantastic. Blah, blah, blah. Here it comes. All right. Blah, blah, blah. If you need any more help in crafting lead magnet, blah, blah. All right. Keep going. We got to kind of edge it up a little bit because it's got to go to the next step. All right, so here you go. Here's your whole page. Ladies and gentlemen, it is printing your actual page with all the words that are going to go on it. But just in case this wasn't easier for you, we're going to make it even more interesting, right? So this is the entire page of everything you need, right? Now, this is what the land page copy. Now, like it tells you exactly what it is, but we got a couple more treats for you. You see this thing, whole thing printed out for you. Everything's solid. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to say, continue. It's going to give you the outline to actually write this thing. All right. Any niche.
So gentlemen, help me understand this. If somebody who's tuned in right now does not have the creativity, the experience with, what to say, what to prompt, what to build out, so that way this shares the hopeful output of what it's doing now, what would they normally do then? Like
well, here's the thing.
not do it,
A lot of back
or
and forth.
So it's a lot of back and forth, and honestly, it's a lot of time and a lot of time wasted. And this goes back to the biggest problem we've seen in both of our careers is that a lot of times people will stall, install, install, and never release anything and miss that window where they can make money because they just need the push. Because you may not even use these words and these terms exactly. You are going to self-edit because you like a word a little bit more, but it's going to push you along down the path where essentially before you be like, well, I don't even know where to begin, so you don't even start. This pushes you along that path.
We're trying to eliminate all the roadblocks that a normal average human being will have just based on not knowing what to do or what to say or how to do it and everything else. The bot will help you get the ideas, you pick the ideas, you cultivate. The coolest thing is, and we're not showing you can go back and forth and argue. I hate this thing. Don't call it that. Name it something else. And you can go back and forth. With the essence of time and us just getting through this example, we wanted to show you this. Look, it literally gave you the entire landing page copy, but we're not done. This is like part one. This is writing the whole thing. It gives you the whole outline for the lead magnet if you wanted to write yourself, but you're like, hey, write this for me. Here's the outline for this entire lead magnet. It'll be a booklet, a PDF, whatever. I could just say, write this for me. Now, here's the caveat, guys. Please understand this one bit. You can copy and paste this thing, and it will be like another version of like a robotic thing created. Or you could take what it gives and spits out, and in turn, modify it to be you, about you, with a couple of little insights. And again, this is for the lawn care guy, right? I don't know anything about lawns. But if I was a lawn care guy that had 15 years of experience and this thing wrote out something that I didn't agree with, I'm going to write my thoughts on it. I'm going to kind of make it mine. And that's what our recommendation is for you and your clients. You're giving them everything, then make sure they go back there and go from there. But it eliminates the paralysis. That's what we're looking for. We don't want people to get paralyzed and not move forward. Because remember, if you go back to yesterday's discussion, retention equals profit. The more I retain you, because I just look at what I gave you. I gave you a lead magnet. I gave you like an AI coach that's going to walk you through it. The longer you're going to stay in my software. And again, you guys will have access to this for you and your clients as long as you go through it. Right now, I'm going to say, write this for me. And now it's going to write everything for me, and it's going to start the whole entire thing. Now, while it's writing, the main purpose of the way we instruct the video is, okay, now that you got the landing page copy right here, you're going to come in here.
You know what, Nuno?
Yep.
I just want to pause you for just 1 second. Everyone, we are at 10 minutes and 51 seconds for him to create all that. You beat your 15-minute mark, even with the explanation.
That is fantastic. 10 minutes, guys. Tell me that. Tell me that last time you produced something like that for your customer in 10 minutes. Would you not? Oh, it's doing that Zoom thing, Andy. I'm gonna get kicked out.
We may lose Nuno, and then I can go into it.
Yeah. So really quick, hopefully I got like 2 seconds before I get kicked out by Zoom. Zoom doesn't like me today. I'll do the next, here, yeah, it's happening.
I'll see you in a minute.
See you in a few. So if you found so much value and you're as amazed as I am on what I just witnessed, in the chat, facebook.com/high-level-reviews, give me a wow. What a wow that was. I mean, I've read a little bit of ChatGPT blogs, and I've gone on to Kindle, and I know we've all spent some time in figuring out how ChatGPT can really, help us be more efficient and how we can train it. But we just sped past hours, if not days or weeks of learning time with what has been provided here. And if you're just tuning in, this is included at the end of day 3, full access to what you've witnessed. You're going to be able to use this for your customers, for your customers' customers, for whomever is ready to onboard with AI. You're going to have access to it. It looks like Nuno's back, and Andy's
Nuno is back
here as well. Let's keep it moving. This is awesome.
So sorry about that, folks, but yeah, I knew it was happening. But anyway, so now we try to make it even easier. I'm just going to show you 1 or 2, and then I'm not going to copy and paste the whole entire thing. But basically, you would come back over here and look, lead magnet headline. It's all labeled. I'm going to come over here. You're instructed in that video to do this. Copy the lead magnet headline, and you're going to drop it in lead magnet headline. All right. You're going to go back and grab your name of the lead magnet, right? It says, where's your name? Oh, it should be right here. Lead magnet name. I'm going to grab my lead magnet name. I'm going to put it inside this thing right here. And what this is going to do, guys, that you're going to see that Andy's going to demonstrate is it's going to fill all the values inside the funnel for you already. So then if you want to get your funnel up and running, you're going to replace very little things, and it's going to have all these things already preloaded into your funnel, and your funnel is going to be up. Now, I don't want to discredit Andy because Andy worked so hard on this. I think there was a lot of crying and yelling at me during the process. So I'm going to let Andy share, and he's going to walk you through the process. Now that we have all our words in, we kind of did this early on, and you're going to go through this. So Andy, you want to share that screen?
All right, so everyone, so now that we have entered all, so let's just pretend for a moment that based on everything that we did on funnels, we got our colors, we got our keywords, we got our description, we got all that information. Let me just pop in over here. We were able to build out our lead page and put all that information in here. After that information is in here, we're going to see it appear right over here just for our reference, just to make sure everything is right. You're going to go to step 2, and then you're going to actually start working in the funnel. If we come back, what we're going to do is we are going to go into our lead magnet pre-built funnel. Now, there are some very important words here that you need to follow. You are going to clone this because you do not want to delete this. You don't want to delete it because it is something that you can use over and over and over again. And the way that we do that, when we do clone it, we're going to hit these 3 dots and we're going to just hit clone and just recreate it. I'm not going to do it in this, but just understand that that's what you should be doing so you can use it over and over again. As we open up the page, though, we're going to see that all that information that was put into the GPT, from the GPT into the form, is now magically on the page. Now, this is a very basic page on purpose, but all the information, the logo is in here. This was from actually, this information is not the same as what you saw earlier because we ran through this on a test to make sure everything worked correctly for this meeting. But we have all this information in here. Pretty basic, and you can then go in there and, like any other page, you can edit within the builder, and we have a lot of videos on how to edit within the builder, but you can edit all this, and this is where the magic is. All those custom values are giving us all this information printed out. Now, if I hit this little eyeball, you're going to see the way everything is laid out. And you know what? I hate dangling words. It's something that really bothers me as a developer. So I can just go into this. I can change the size of this, just as an example, so you can see it. Hit save. And then if I refresh this page, which I have as my example, I just need to move something out of the way. You'll see that I don't have that dangling word anymore. But you know what? There's more. Let's go into the Lego system. So I don't even like this headline. I don't like the way it works. So I open up this plus sign right over here, and I go to section templates. And this is the magic of funnel bricks. The magic is, of course, the GPTs and all the information on that. But here are your Legos ready to go. Now, at the top, we have a lot of our local funnel stuff, which we'll show you a little bit later on. But I have all these 3 different offer pages and these 3 different features. But it might be a little difficult to try to figure out which one is which and try to remember. So conveniently, if you hit your back button here and you go into our libraries, you can click here, and just by clicking on this page, you're going to see all the different looks that we have created for you ready to go, all using the same information, all using the stuff from that GPT. So I've got a black background here with a cool background. Instead of here, I've got check marks. Over here, I've got boxes. This is just a different direction with a parallax image behind it. And all I got to do is grab my offer. You know what? I'm going to let you guys choose. Am I going to go with 1, 2, or 3? The first person who gives me in the chat which one they want will be the one that I put in. So if you can go into your Facebook chat and give me a number Number three. Number three is the winner. All right. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to drag number three, and I'm just going to drop it in there. Whoops, that was the wrong one. I'll show you that one later. We go here. We go to offer number three. We drop it in, and there we go. All that same fields and same information is there with the check marks. And I'm going to delete this one now. And if I hit save, and I hit the eyeball, bang, there we are. Ready to go, completely changed. You know what? I didn't like it. It's not exactly right. So I'm going to hit my back button, and there I go. The old one is back. And I can then go add the element, and I can bring in offer number two, which instead of having the check marks, has boxes with the same information. I hit save, and I hit the eyeball. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to delete the top one, but you'll see that I have the three boxes right here. So if I just go back in, I delete the top one, I hit save, and you'll notice right here when I refresh it, here it is, ready to go, and I can edit it, I can add to it, I can change the background photo, I can change this little primer video image to, actually maybe a picture of the Law Mastery video or anything like that. Ready to go, easy to use. We also have all the different features. This one's pretty basic, so I'm going to hit and go into the sections again and choose features number 3. There we go. I did this little up-down thing for you guys. I am going to delete the one that was there, save it, and then I'm going to refresh it. Inside of 2 minutes, we have a completely redesigned funnel just by using our bricks system. By having this brick system, you're going to be able to finally customize and let your clients actually move faster so that you can get your work done and you can get your fulfillment out better. And
Well,
if I want to, really quickly, if I want to, I can just go back in time and put everything back the way it was and hit save, and I'm back to the beginning. Nuno?
So think about what we just did, John, just to kind of dumb it down a little bit, and we created all the words on the page. We showed you how to put your Lego, like how do you want to build your funnel for your lead magnet? Now, literally, that's all that's left. You change your picture here, you change your background here, you change your font here. You are up. You, other than putting a domain, which you have already done in your onboarding session, I now have a lead magnet here to completely be launched. The amount of time you waste on fulfillment on the things that are stopping you, and a client can do this. This is generated so the client can do this on their own. And again, if your client is really struggling, again, imagine you're the fulfillment person. You're a VA and you're like, hey, let's build your lead magnet in the next 15 minutes. Hey, do you like this? Do you like style 1, 2, or 3? And that's exactly what is super important. And here's a lesson, and my kids taught me this. For anybody that's a parent, best advice ever. You can give your kid a choice, or you can give them your preferred choice. So for instance, if I go to my kids, what do you want to eat tonight? That is an open can of worms that I don't want to get into. Versus, John, I'm going to give you carrots, or I'm going to give you broccoli. Which ones do you want? There's only 2 choices. So if I limit the amount of choices, it limits the exhaustion of the fatigue of trying to figure it out. And again, I'm breaking through that roadblock. So if that hasn't already given you guys a tremendous amount of value, I don't know what is. And again, this is from a lot of trial and error.
I do have a question.
Well, really quickly, one other thing I want to point out before you answer your question is the reason that we have this funnel here and the lead magnet reference library is because you have put in your ChatGPT information in there. All of your information is already displayed. So you will see, I like number 1 or I like number 3. The copy's already there. Same thing with the features. And same thing with testimonials, which, by the way, testimonials, you would actually put in real testimonials. You wouldn't create those with ChatGPT. All right. Sorry about that. What was that,
no worries.
John?
My question is, what kind of account within High Level does this work for? Do I need a certain type of account?
Well, to get the snapshot, you need at least a basic account. If you want to do this for your customers, then you're going to need the agency account, right? You're going to need a $497 plan or the $297 plan if you're not planning on going SaaS. But either way, The normal one, if you're just going to be the normal one for the normal human being, is going to work on the most basic plan. There's no advanced features or functions that we're leveraging here that can't be used on the basic account. But again, if you have the full agency, the 497 plan, that will allow you to take this snapshot and add it to other people's account. And you guys are getting our express permission to do so. Again, remember, those are our videos, instructions in there with our faces. It's our logos. So you would have to customize those to yours. But again, we're going to show you how to do some of this stuff today in order for you guys to do that. So the goal is we just wanted to show you, again, this is the only system that can do this. This is the only CRM that gives you the ability of doing this. And it took us like about 3 to 4 years truly figuring something out that just keeps the customer going and keeps them in. And that's exactly what we wanted to show you guys today. So, but we're kind of not done there yet, John. I got
There's
a
more.
a little bit more.
We've got
spice.
more presents to give you.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
we got the answer that this will work on any paid version of high level. For our existing paying users, this will be released in our resources folder at the end of day 3. So at the end of day 3, we will give all of our existing customers access to all of the snapshots and collateral that Andy and Nuno have been generous to put together. Show us what's next.
So, right, I completed, you guys all saw it. We completed our lead magnet. Well, the next step is, well, well, how are they going to get an email when they download my lead magnet? Like, I don't know necessarily what to do there, right? So what if we come in here and we're like, well, okay, well, let's help you write your email. What if we had a bot that wrote your email for you? How does that sound, John? Well, what if you're like, well, I don't know how to even give it instructions? No problem. Remember, all of our bots, I'm ready to start. Now, here's a cool thing. Great. All it's going to ask you is, remember this thing that you did right here with all these values? You see this, John? Because it has everything about my lead magnet. Because what I want to do is I want to create a personalized text message and an email. If I come over here and it's like, it literally says, hey, great, please provide us the details of your lead magnet offer. This includes this. Well, guess what? You have it. I'm just going to copy and paste. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to start writing my first email, proceed, or continue, or print, or whatever you want to say. All right. And there's your first email, guys.
Automatically done.
And guess what? Now we come in here and we go over to this tool right here, and we're going to go over to the left-hand side. And in that video, it instructs you, okay, now go to your automation. Because remember, this is all your automations that we've included for you here. You're going to go to your new lead automations. There's your lead magnet fulfillment. And guess what? The instructions tell you how to do this. It literally says, go to copy and paste in the email into the email confirmation delivery of your SMS confirmation. The video also instructs you how to do that. You come in here. Let's copy that first email. All right. Come in here. Copy this. Go to my lead magnet like it says. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm going to zoom in quite a bit on this one. All right. This is your automations. We're not going to get into everything that it does. But again, one of the most powerful features, my favorite features. This is where I rock at. This is where I live. I live on here 24/7. I come in here and now I got to find the email deliverability and confirmation. It's going to ask me, well, what do you want to do? I just want to replace my subject line first, right? So I come in here. Let me grab my subject line. Because it knows the subject because I uploaded the entire thing for it. So the bot knows what it knows, right? And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to copy the entire body. And notice that there's brackets, right? With name and all that. Well, this is, again, where the custom fields and custom values come in. Notice it comes all jingled. All I have to do is come in here. It says download our video. I'll need a link to the lead magnet. You just add that at some point in time. Well, before you launch, preferably. I come in here and all I'm doing is cleaning it up. Look at this, cleaning it up. Book your consultation, already asking for that sale. That's the main focus of these bots, always asking for that next step, that sale, whatever it is, right? And then when I come into these little bracket things, this is the only thing I got to have my customer replace. Come in here, contact, first name. This is a custom field. This is only relevant to the contact. And then again, you would have to add a link. So for instance, for now, I'll just add Google. I don't have an actual link. But I would come in here and I would just write, https:// for now. Yours would be whatever.
It's wherever your document is living that can be downloaded.
Yep. And then you book a consultation. In the other videos, we tell you how to set up your calendars. I can come over here, go to my custom values, look, calendar links, and put my regular calendar in here for them to book. And then I just replace my name. All right, go back to the owner's name that you collected really early on, business owner's name. Come over here to your company name, put in your company name. And that's it. I hit save action. I got my email. Then I go to my text. Guess what I do with the text? Same thing.
And we're done.
And then when you're done, you hit cancel. Well, we're canceled because this is live. And I just hit save. And now not only do I have my funnel page, I got my way to deliver my lead magnet to the people. I'm already asking for them to book an appointment. And then we're rocking and rolling.
Well,
This would take a normal human being weeks to months to complete. We literally did it in probably 30 minutes.
we've actually done
we
it in
sped through.
25. With my talking and my rambling and us explaining. So imagine being focused, having a little bit of music in the background, and just going for it. You could get this done even faster.
And
So
you guys
let's
can make
just-
it your own. We did it for local
Mhm.
businesses. We did it for a lead magnet. This is our starter set. We have a more advanced area for our customers. This is the beginner guide. We wanted to do it something simple that you guys can replicate and go through. And I know we still have to get to building your own custom GTP because that's like probably the most important part of this meeting today. But you're going to get this. You're going to have the ability of this is exactly what you guys are going to get. All these things here, all these emails. You'll have a bot specifically for those emails. If you follow the onboarding steps of 0 all the way to 7, it kind of goes through the entire process. But let me kind of now take you back a notch, just simpling it down. They are going through this. If you are the customer, you are going through step 1 all the way to step 8. Step 8 is when you're making a call with our fulfillment team, and they are validating that your funnel is done. They are adding any images or maybe any colors. Maybe you got stuck on a certain part. They are verifying that all your emails and your text messaging is set. They are checking to see your products are up. They are finalizing that everything is done. This is a fake calendar, but you would put your agency calendar in there. You would put your videos in there. You would change your logos to be your logos, and you would eliminate anything you want them on to be. Maybe they don't need a lead magnet for your kind of business. Maybe it's just a local business offer and that's it. We're giving you 2. We're giving you the lead magnet, and we're giving you the local offer system for you guys to have. Now we have ones for coaches, course creators, we have all that stuff. But for you guys, we're going to give you those 2 basic ones, and then you can go from there and build out your own. Oh, one thing you got to show Andy, just real quick, because we forgot to show you this, the gallery. You got to show them the gallery.
Yeah.
Buttons.
So for somebody who is just tuning in here, or has been following along, and maybe they're a little lost because this is totally new. Like hasn't been seen before at this level. Where are we at, like in the completion stage? Are we like at 50% completion of this onboarding? Are we at 70, 80? Where do we fit? Like, where does this landing page section fit in?
Right after they put in their email, they're 80% done. If their domain is already up, they're literally live. All they got to do is change images and the custom values that we showed you inside the actual email. You are literally up and running.
So every one of these has a gallery in there. So as I mentioned earlier, all of these have a library, and this is where the library lives. So each one has their first step right there, where you can click on this link. So this right now, earlier I showed you the lead magnet. Now I'll show you the local. If you open up this window right here, you're going to be able to easily see all the different, in this one, we have specific headlines. Then we have different offer pages. This is for our local people. We have benefits. And then we have features, and a little bit of a different layout here for features. And then we have company info. And after that, we have a new version of testimonials just for the local people. And you can easily view those. By the way, all the information is already in there, like I said before, because you put it into your original form. So it's already there. So you know how it's going to look. You don't have to make any guesses. Will my content fit? It's more like, how will my content fit do I prefer it this way or do I prefer it this way? Do I like the look and feel? And then when I do that, I can then put that into my funnel. And for some reason, I am unable to stop sharing.
Here,
It is literally
share
not
and
allowing me.
stop.
There we go. Thank you.
No problem. All right. So if you guys are good, John, how you feeling? Are you feeling a little tech overwhelm? I mean, definitely, hopefully we got some good overwhelm and people are like,
Yeah. It's overwhelming all in the right taste because, as a new user in high level, just walking into the dashboard, into the launch pad could be like, where do I start? How do I get the best use of this? But you've really put everything down in a very systematic way. So if you do this 1 time, 2 times, 5 times, you really get a good muscle memory of how to serve your clients and the way they need to be served. Because let's face it, high level treated as an operating system gives you so much flexibility. And in order to really take it to the next level, you need a sense of creativity. And this, what you've put together with the funnel bricks, gives a nice level of creativity and room to kind of dance within where I want to be for my business from like a visual perspective.
John, that's a great point. Creativity is a weird thing. A lot of people think, oh, I'm not creative. I can't design a website. I can't design a funnel. I don't do this. You know what? We all have a little bit of creativity within us, but oftentimes we need a little bit of a push. If you, again, with Legos, you put a kid on the floor with a bunch of Legos, even if the kid can barely draw a circle, right? But you give them Legos, they're going to make something. They're going to be creative. What we're giving you is the ability to be creative on the fly with our help and with your own help. And then you can, someone mentioned in the chat, because I've been watching the chat, that you could charge $500 for 20, 30 minutes of work. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a business in a box. This is something that you can go and sell right now. The whole purpose of being in high level is we're all here to make a living. We're all here to take care of our families and make something of this life. Using systems like this, having flows that happen quickly is the easiest way to blow up your business and to do amazing things for your clients.
all right. But just to kind of keep moving along, I want to keep to my promise. Who here wants to know how to build one of these bots for yourself and custom GTPs? Can I get a 1 in the chat?
Yeah,
Who
drop
wants
those
to
ones.
build a custom GPT? And I keep saying, guys, I do have dyslexia. I'm not kidding. That is definitely an issue for me. So I keep switching the letters. But who wants to build one? Come on, I'm not seeing enough excitement on there. Who wants to build one of these things?
We're
All right,
getting
you're telling me
ones all
there's
over the
more?
place.
There's always more. Come on, guys. We want to over deliver to the whole nother level. I kept telling people, like, you're going to want us to come back. So
Wow.
we're going to come over here and all right, we just want to make sure those automations are down. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to give you guys, well, first I'm going to instruct you how to do it. And then when we get to the instructions, I'm going to basically give you a QR code that you can download our Word document that has the instructions so you can copy and paste, because writing these things is an enormous pain in the butt. And this took me the longest time to kind of figure out how to make these boxes work, right? So I want you to cut the line with this, and I'm going to help you design your own. So the first thing we're going to do, you do need a paid GPT account, right? Hopefully I got that acronym right this time. You need a paid GPT account. That's the first rule, okay? Now, John, I got to be honest. I think even, like, anybody can do this, John. I think you can do it. Pols can do it. Everybody can do this, right? So really simple and easy. It's going to take all of like 5 minutes. So you guys with me here? We're going to hit the left-hand side of your chat GPT, and you're going to hit the left-hand side. You can hit Explore GPTs. Inside the Explore GPTs, you're going to come over here and you're going to go over to the big right-hand side. You're going to hit Create. Okay? And when you hit Create, you're going to come to this screen. This is called your Configure screen. Now, you can hit Create on here, and it'll actually guide you through the creation. We're going to skip that process because our process, at least in my opinion, think it's better. So we're just going to go with it, all right? And for now, we're just going to create like, we're just going to say it's the lead magnet bot, right? Lead magnet bot, right? Make it super simple. Description, you will write, what the bot does, a bot to help you create a lead magnet. Okay. Then what you're going to do is the instructions. Now, everybody get your cameras out. Come right in here. I think we can share the link too, but I'm not 100% sure. All right. I'm going to post this up in slideshow. There we go. Guys, fire away. Get those instructions.
And
Right.
just in case you don't have the ability to do this now, this will be available again, like we said, tomorrow in a resource folder ready to go. So if you don't want to fumble with your phone and figure that all out and pay attention to Nuno now, that's what's most important. This, again, will all be available for you tomorrow.
All right. I'm going to leave it up for like 2 more seconds just so then we can keep the essence of time because I know people are going to have a crap ton of questions. All right. So I'm going to take this off again. I'm going to go back. All right. Now that I got those instructions and I'm just going to copy and paste them here. Control A, Control C. Paste my instructions in here. So far, just to recap a little bit, I'm in the process of creating my GTP. I named it. I put a description and I'm now in the instructions part. I'm going to come over here and you're going to notice that one, yeah, I always put a little confidentiality warning just so then people don't take your stuff, which people will always try to do. Then you put the bot role and example. Your task is to guide customer users in brainstorming business offers. Start by walking them through a 5 questions. This is an example. You would write this to whatever the instruction is for your particular bot. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Don't make this bot do 700 things. The bots work better if they have a sole focus on one thing. If it's going to write emails or text, it's got to write emails or text. If it's going to write lead magnet page, it's going to write a lead magnet page. If it's going to write a lead magnet, make it a lead magnet. Whatever it is, make it very formal to whatever one thing it needs to do. Now, you're going to create a series of questions. You're going to come up with those questions. And if you're like, well, I don't know what the questions are, you guys want to hear an even better cheat? Open up normal ChatGTP, right? In another screen, just like I did. Here's my bot, and here's my other ChatGTP. Literally say, what would be the questions I would ask my customer to help them create a lead magnet? Make it 5. All right, I'm not a rocket scientist. I misspelled everything. Look at this. Super simple, right? Guess what I just got? My 5 questions. Guess what I'm going to do right now? Anybody guess? Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Control C,
Nice,
come to my instructions in the bot. Paste.
Done.
Those are my 5 questions. Now I got my instructions for the bot. And then I say, now create the following. A headline, a subheadline, any which way you want to break up your page. Maybe you have a really nice format that you like. You got to name the sections in language that it understands. And then the last instruction is assemble the landing page and put it in a specific order. Those are our orders right here. All right. And we're going to skip our little gimmick here. Awesome. That's it. Our instructions are done. All right. I'm overly simplifying it, but that's it. This is how easy it is. Conversation started. Ready? Because this is makes it a little quicker. Ready to start. Click here. All right. If you have examples of different things that goes into the knowledge base, this is all a little bit more complicated. We're just going to make sure we put code interpreter on because it does help. There's a reasons why, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to try to make it super simple. Then I'm going to come over here because I want a little image. I don't know how to create an image. I'm going to use DALL-E, which is their photo generator, and it's going to generate a cool GTP. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be done in like 1 more second. Once we get our picture, all we're going to do is hit create. Then you're going to get a link, and your bot is done. Now you're a professional bot maker. You didn't even know it. So look, awesome. Look, that thing looks cool as heck. I don't even know what that is. All right. And I'm just going to hit create. Once I hit create, I say anyone with the link. And then I'm ready to share that link. And just like we did in our instructions in here, you would just replace mine with yours or leave mine, depending on what you want. But either way, you guys are ready to rock and roll. You are literally officially bot makers. That is it. That is literally it. No secret sauce there, guys. I'm not smart. I'm not that smart. I'm really not. I'm really not smart.
He is that smart. He just doesn't like to show it too much. I think that this is really, really cool. We worked really hard on this, and we're happy that we could provide it to you. It's been a lot of fun building it for you, and can't wait for you to start playing with it tomorrow.
Yeah, now the thing of it is that people are like, can you go deeper into this? I'm not, because I don't need you all to go deeper into it. You don't need anything else. This is the problem that people go, well, I want to know this and I want to know that. You don't need it. To get started and to get you guys to go do this, you can do it on your own. And it took me all of 5 minutes to do. If you guys just start playing with this and figuring this out, don't worry about all the other parts. You don't need all the other parts to get started. The other part of start is like when you start digging in, there's plenty of resources out there on how to like add knowledge bases and connect APIs and get us super fancy and crazy with it. You don't need it. People tend to overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. 9 times out of 10, the reason why most agency owners don't launch or are not getting to their max is because they're so in depth in these things that they already have the solution and answer, but they want more. There's no more. You got it. You got everything you need to get going. You're going to have a snapshot that has these bots attached to it. I just told you how to write your own bot. You have the light version of Funnel Bricks that gives you sections. If you guys want to add more, customize, you have the system in order to do it. And then there's other automations in there that are going to help you throughout the whole entire thing. Like you are jam-packed to not only start your own account if you're a brand new user, if you're an agency, you now have the chance to propel your customers 10 months, 3 months, 4 months in advance and getting winning right away. And on top of it, you're going to look like a rock star. Because even if that cheap person doesn't want to pay for that $20 of ChatGTP, you get on there, you're asking all these intelligent questions, even though the bot is really answering. And as you're answering, you're coming up with these headlines. You're like, oh, I just came up with the whole page for you. Here you go. Let's just put that in right now. You guys are going to look like rock stars. You're going to meet immediate credibility, and people are going to want to stay with you longer because of the amount that you just give them in a very, 30-minute window? It's insane.
The value.
And that's what I want to make sure you guys keep going.
It's about value. It's about being a trusted source with your clients. That's what we spoke about yesterday, is about being someone that they will always go to for whatever their digital needs are. And by doing things like this, you're going to be able to do that and be their trusted source for that.
Wow. I'm speechless. When you think you know enough, you're just getting started. When you think you know it all, you're just, it's the what's next? What else could be available? So thank you. So now if I'm just tuning in for the first time, I came across this through someone sharing it, email, reminder, and I didn't catch what you just went over. I didn't catch day one. Give me some high-level bullet points on what I need to invest the time to rewatch and get caught up to speed with.
Well, honestly, you got to watch the whole thing. You got to watch day one. You got to go back and watch day two because we jam-packed so much stuff. There's a lot of details and nuggets inside things that you're going to need to really be successful. Because if you just get this snapshot and you're like, great, I'm just going to start with my clients, we don't recommend you doing that. Go through it yourself. Build a lead magnet for yourself. Build a local offer page for yourself. Build the ads for yourself. And a lot of mistakes that Andy and I made. And we laugh about it now. It was not funny when we did it. Is we were like, we just came up with the greatest snapshot for chiropractors and we would just launch it. And then all of a sudden chiropractors was like, this thing is crap. And we're like, oh, no. Well, we thought it would work. And it was like, well, no, because you didn't know this about chiropractic, you didn't know that, and you didn't know this. And we were like, oh. And we ended up learning through obviously these incredible mistakes. But we're trying to avoid you from doing that. This gives you the ability to do it for yourself first. That's the other thing that we always don't do. Andy and I kick ourselves in the pants all the time because we're always saying, why is it that we build the best funnels and the best automation for everybody else? But, I guess what's that saying, John? The shoemaker syndrome or whatever it is.
Yeah, shoemaker syndrome. The shoemaker has the worst shoes.
And then it's finally when we started putting a little self-love and putting the things that we put in place for everybody else, we started doing for ourselves. We started seeing an even bigger
and that's
impact,
how we
right?
grew.
It's so clear. It's so clear. In the chat, in the live stream here, facebook.com/high-level-reviews, there's the hashtag nugget, and then folks are sharing some feedback. Could you let those that just jumped in know, like, what is that about? How can they participate? And what's the benefit of participating into hashtag nuggets?
Oh, yeah. So the hashtag nuggets is all the systems we showed you today. This is why the nugget thing is so important. If you're putting in the nuggets that you learn, RVA Mary's, not VA, I hate calling her that, or she's probably the best assistant we've ever had in our lives. She is in here somewhere in this room, and she is literally scouring every message everything that you guys are putting in, and she is putting you guys in our big wheel, and we spin the wheel at the end of the day, and we announce the winner on the following day. And you guys will get 2 hours with Andy and I, where not only by then you'll have the snapshot and everything else, we're going to help you plan and help you preliminarily build all this stuff.
Got him. There you go. Yeah, you got it, Andy.
Yeah, I did. Sorry about that.
Okay.
It looks like we had a little bit of a freeze there. So what we have is, the more of the nuggets that you do, the more those nuggets, the things that you're putting in to the chat right now are so important to us. One, it's a vote of confidence. Two, it's telling us what's really resonating for you. And as it's resonating for you, it lets us know how we can improve and how we can make it better. And that's how you enter to win the 2-hour power session with us, where we're going to help you build all this out for yourself and have you truly understand it. Another point I want to make, we were talking about the instructions a little earlier on. Yes, you got to watch day number 1. You got to watch this, of course, day number 2. We got a lot more for you tomorrow. This is not the end of this, but also remember that in these funnels, we also have directions. We have videos in the beginning of all those funnels for you to go through with those instructions and step by step exactly what you want to do. And guess what? If you want to do it for your client, just change our videos. So now you have your own onboarding process for your clients, so that you look like a genius.
So I have a question for the audience. What industry are you in? What industry are you in? Please share it in the live chat stream here. We'd love to know what everyone does, what industry, so we can do our best to accommodate, right? To make sure that Andy and Nuno have everything they need to optimize and make this to be the perfect system for you to implement, maybe for your customers or for yourself. As we go here, and we're going to be jumping into some Q&A here. So, gentlemen, is there anything else that you have hidden that we need to go over before we start opening up Q&A?
No, that's it. Again, I'm having issues with closing my window. If you could stop me from sharing, that would be great. Zoom is not being friendly today, which can sometimes happen. So if you could just start sharing something that's on your desktop so that I can stop sharing, that would be great.
You got it. Give me a second.
There we go.
Here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Should be good. And let me go ahead and get Nuno pinned over here. So in the chat, we have a handful of people jumping in and sharing what industry they're in. I want to get into the most important part here of really connecting the audience with Andy and Nuno. And that is the Q&A. Because we went over so many things. We went over so many different best practices, so many functionality items, that now it's time that the audience gets to share their questions to you all. So if you're live here, tuned in, go ahead and type in facebook.com/highlevelreviews, type in Q and your question in the chat, and we're going to start running off some answers to those questions for you.
And, I love seeing all these different industries. You can make your chat GPT for you. If you just want to help lawn care people, be the lawn care person, be the king of just that, and make all this for yourself. I love seeing all this stuff.
Yeah. So actually there was one question that came through, guys, that I kind of want to answer, because it says very new, and the technical part, like the domains, the phone, and the email, is where a lot of people get stuck. Now, you're absolutely right. That is the one piece. But remember, if you watch the first part of the video, or the first day one, the onboarding is the one where we actually do it with the customer, because we also find that is one of the bigger pain points. And whether we're doing it or our staff members are doing it, they're the ones that are fully onboarding the customer to ensure he's doing it. But I got to be honest, Andy and I jump on a lot of our onboarding calls, because honestly, we'd like to know the clients. If people are in our software, they're giving us a certain amount of money a day until we can't, right? They're like, can we do it all? Do we do some every day? We don't. We do a couple a week, just to make sure that, one, our feet are still kind of in the water. Like we're playing around in the beach and their feet are still in the water. So we still see what our customers are seeing. But it's really important for people to understand that, yes, that three parts you mentioned right there, email, domains, and text messaging, can be a little heart-wrenching if you don't know the first thing. But guess what? If you're brand new to High Level, guess who helps you out? High Level. They have a complete onboarding sequence that they go through that will help you get that up and rolling too. And onboarding has become significantly easier over the last 4 years because things are a little bit more, I click one button and things happen. The only thing that you run into an instance is A2P compliance, which is text messaging. But guess what? In that onboarding sequence, if you filled out your lead magnet first, we have an onboarding part that is text messaging. And if that's filled out, onboarding becomes incredibly easy. It's one of the videos in that onboarding sequence that we have the customer start. So at least they're started by the time we get them, which makes them easier for us to fulfill. So I hope that kind of answers that.
Remember, folks, people work with people. Don't leave your customer to do everything on their own sometimes. Do it with them. You're going to make friends. You're going to make more money. You're going to have clients that are going to want to stick with you forever, all based on what you're doing with them.
I love it. I'm putting some questions together here from the chat.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and read off first one I have here. For those of us that are already at the $497 plan, will we have access to all of these, or what do we need to do?
Nope, you're gonna have access to everybody's gonna have access to all of this on the third day under the resales folder. If you have an agency account, the benefit to you is you're gonna be able to share some of these once you modify it. Take take the one we give you, go in there, put it in an account, modify it the way you want it with your face, your everything, and then go from that aspect and then start giving it to all of your customers. So then you're the expert, you're the person, and it's not our faces and anything else on it. So I would 100% yes. For anybody here, you all can do it.
Awesome. Another question that's popped up here. If I have SaaS clients, can they use my paid GPT in order for them to create the lead magnet?
They can't. You would have to be on the phone with them. There's no way of you giving them access to your paid GTP. So I don't know if you've heard me say that quite a bit. If they don't want to pay or they don't have access, you go in and you do a fulfillment call. Not even you. Remember, this is so easy. You saw me doing it that you can have a VA do it. You can have an assistant do it. You can have somebody else do it. It doesn't require a lot of technical knowledge. All they literally got to do is talk back and forth with the bot, get the questions, and literally whatever question the bot gives, have them say it, put it back in, let the bot spit everything out, and then just fill out a form, and then they're done. You know, it's a lot of dragging and dropping and filling out forms. There isn't a lot of very tech heavy things that they need to do.
Awesome. Another question here is how can you translate the website to another language within Funnelbricks? Is that possible?
Say that again.
That's a great.
Can you translate the website content or the ChatGPT content through the Funnelbricks system?
You can. You would just take the format. Remember, it's all about the format in the system, and you would just change it with your languages. That's it. Just if it's got to be in Spanish, you would actually go to ChatGPT, translate to Spanish, translate this to English, Polish, whatever you want. Put it on there, and you're ready to rock and roll. You would just change the language on the actual funnels, but you would leave the custom values and everything else the same because those are more internal.
Yeah, and just remember, if you're doing this, and the one warning Nuno and I always have with all of our people, don't just take it straight from ChatGPT. Make sure it makes sense. ChatGPT is a helper. That's what we use it as. We go in and don't forget to read everything and change it where it's appropriate, especially if you're using another language.
Awesome.
There is one question just to kind of address a lot of the new people that keeps coming up. For people that don't understand email, text messaging, and we have a fully dedicated, free channel that you guys can access today. You don't have to wait. That will literally walk you step by step on how to do all this stuff. So for any of the things that we weren't able to answer here, literally, we have over 220 something videos in there that will help you through this entire process. You guys, we scanned it. If you go to the beginning of this video, our scan code for our YouTube channel is right there. Don't let that stop you. That's the last thing I want you guys to happen. Don't get overwhelmed with what you saw today. This is an extra bonus. When you go into our YouTube channel, you'll literally see it there. Just go to our beginner course. You scan that right there and go to our beginner course if you need that help. We have those kind of leveled, literally how to do everything step by step. It's updated for 2024. It's following the simple pattern in there. Do not get overwhelmed by this. Honestly, every help you need is there for you to take.
So I have a question for you guys as the questions keep rolling in. If you're just jumping in, please help us by participating in asking a question to Andy and Nuno. They've been very generous to put all this together, and we want to make sure that we get you all the information we can, so that way when you jump into the funnel brick system, you feel great about it. Andy, Nuno, with getting started as a whole in high level, where does somebody best start if they're just trying to learn it for themselves to make this into a primary business for themselves or a side hustle? Like, how do they know, or what advice can you give to like get started? Like, what is the need out there for someone that really wants to get in the community?
Well, there's so much need in the community right now. There's actually people that just like are very just afraid of tech. You know, I have my whole like ways that I teach people how to like not fear tech, but people just fear tech because it's just something you don't know. It's like, if all of a sudden, like I'm going to a different country and I got to learn how to drive stick shift and I got to go up like a mountain that's literally this kind of incline, I'm going to be terrified. I will gladly pay somebody to do it for me versus having to do that. And what I want you guys to kind of get through is that if you're just going to get started, do that lead magnet. Every business can use a lead magnet. Every business, doesn't matter. Photographer, I saw churches, I saw literally the list was massive. The cool thing about high level, it is not industry specific, and neither is the lead magnet part of it. Everybody needs a lead magnet. Start with building one for yourself, make it an asset that you can use, get familiar with using the tools, seek out some resources to go do it. But either way, you have that resource. And that's honestly where I would start, because if you can figure that one part out, everything else, if you learn it in the 5 kind of ways in the order that I told you, you'd be ready to rock and roll. But that's kind of what I want you guys to do. But it is there, honestly. You guys would be good to go with that.
Awesome. So I know we have a jam-packed day tomorrow. Could you share what we should be expecting tomorrow? Why is tomorrow that? I saw the eyebrows go up. So
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're really excited about it.
Guys here. Go ahead. What do we got going on tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow tomorrow for you guys, we're going to be showing you our secret side hustle that it's really been able to, I'm using this liberally again, 10x our business. We are the secret sauce for what a lot of other people do. We're going to show you the exact techniques that we use to bring our clients in, to allow them to work interactively with us so that we can help them along the way and help them blow up and allow their questions to get answered.
Yeah, so we don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
We want you guys to come excited that on top of showing you all these different ways to make money, we're going to show you another way to make money. And that's kind of the goal that we want. Remember, we want you all to come out of this with the opportunity of making what you need to kind of live your best life, right? And like I said, we love doing this stuff. We love coaching. We love helping, for the simple fact that this is like literally, I don't think I've fallen more in love with the tool than high level than probably in a very long time. It's been a while since we've kind of found our groove, and we've been so committed to it because we just see the future of it. And the fact that they keep up with all the stuff that's going on in the marketing world, one, you're going to keep me employed for a long time, so I appreciate you all. So you can take that back to Sean and Varun and Alex, though. But what I will tell you is that it is by far one of the most powerful tools that is the most unilaterally, like, it just allows you to do a lot of stuff. Look just today what we did, right? We showed you a way that you can make money for yourself, a way that you can create lead magnets, a way that you can templatize everything, a way that you can write emails, text messages, and so forth. So it's kind of a no-brainer for us in there. And tomorrow we're going to show you even yet another way, not only that you can leverage this tool, but other tools. Yeah, exactly.
And how to do it in mass, how to help the most amount of people in the least amount of time.
Well, on that note, let's leave the rest for tomorrow. If you're tuning in here and you're ready to get started on your high level journey, you can go to gohighlevel.com/Andy Nuno offer and register for your trial, so you could jump right in and receive all these assets at the end of day 3 tomorrow. If you have not yet, make sure you join our Facebook group. You'll meet Andy and Nuno and the rest of our amazing users in there. It's a high level community official. Jump in there. And if you haven't had a chance yet to really learn about what we offer here at High Level, you should jump on our YouTube page. We have so many workshops just like this that our community is giving all of themselves, their secrets, their best practices to other community members. And for that is why we do these every week. So, gentlemen, thank you both for carving out this time. Thank you for giving it everything in the briefcase. And to our audience, we thank you for joining us. And we're excited to see you tomorrow on day 3 with Andy and Nuno. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.